Hey guys, welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. My name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one, and today I'm excited to bring you a flip through of the new Gather Round Homeschool unit, North America. This is a part of her Connecting Continent units that she has, and when I say she, I'm talking about Rebecca Spooner from Gather Round Homeschool, and this is one of the newest releases, and Human Body's coming out soon and I can't wait to purchase it. So today I just want to show you a flip through of the teacher's guide and of the upper elementary notebook. I do not have all of them to share because, like I said, I only have one student. So maybe some other mamas will put out a few videos that show what the other notebooks look like. But just keep in mind the notebooks are pretty similar. Just that the kids will be asked to do different things depending on what level it is. So I use the upper elementary for my son. My son is a 5th grader. He will be going into 6th grade, and we are going to stick with the upper elementary because that's what really works for him. I've downloaded the samples and checked out the middle school, and he's just not ready for that yet. So we're going to stay with upper elementary for next year as well. So this is what the upper elementary notebook looks like. You can bind these in a variety of ways, so don't really pay so much attention to that. I just want to show you what the inside of it looks like. So when you purchase it, this is the digital download. You'll get the notebook. They are going to come with a scope and sequence, and I'm going to go ahead and apologize. As I was printing out this unit, my odd pages printed beautifully, and right in the middle of my even pages printing on the other side, the ink decided that it was ready to run out. I tried to pause the printing and it wouldn't let me. So we've got some even pages that are not pretty colors and odd pages that are, so I do apologize for that. Just know that the artwork is beautiful throughout these units. So here's the scope and sequence for upper elementary. So you have all of this geography, all of the social studies, history, science, Bible, art, and language arts. You're also going to get a table of contents. So you're covering all of this for North America. There is a coloring sheet, which you could always put in any coloring sheets that you wanted to. And one thing I want to point out, I bought the digital copy because my son is, number one, it's cheaper for me having an only child. Number two, he doesn't enjoy the art pages. So I'm able to print this out and leave the art out of it for the most part. I think I accidentally printed a few, but for the most part, I can go through and print just what we need. So there is art included. You may not see it in mine because my son doesn't enjoy it. So here is your lessons. So this is what your children will do when you're finished reading the teacher guide. So as you can see, my pretty ink on this side and then not so pretty on this side, but that doesn't take away from the great curriculum. So you have notebooking, copywork, which is where you get your spelling from if you're new to this. Your spelling is from your copywork. Your grammar, and then like I did leave this gray whale artwork in here and I didn't mean to. So I'm just going to flip through a couple of these. You're going to see a lot of notebooking pages. You have ice formations. Their writing project, they have one writing project each unit, and for this unit for North America, it is an oral presentation. So I'm really excited about that. We haven't done that yet. Free writes, which are where your children are just free to write whatever they want to. My son really enjoys those. Here's some more notebooking. Copywork. So as you can see, it kind of stays the same. My son kind of knows what to expect, and that's why he really likes this curriculum on top of many other reasons why. But everything just kind of, it just flows so nicely. You have dictation, and here's your notebooking pages again. So we'll just flip through just a little bit more. I do like the way the grammar looks. In this one, it looks a little different from the units that I've been doing in the past. So I do like the way this looks. The grammar is point of view. So I'm going to try to speed this up so this video is not super long. But I just wanted you to get an idea of what it looks like and what they have to do. And keep in mind that there are different levels, and the pages are going to be very similar, but they are going to ask the kids to do different things depending on their level. So the copywork will look different. I know for the younger versions it's got like the dashed line, you know, so they can print on that. So things do look a little different. You can definitely download samples. She has a couple of samples on gatherroundhomeschool.com that you can download and look at. Going to learn the Star Spangled Banner, and that is included in the back in the appendix. The Star Spangled Banner is back there. I know that's not something a lot of people think about. I know I taught public school and we sang the Star Spangled Banner every day, but as a homeschooler, we don't necessarily do that. So I think it's great that it's included in here so that your kids can learn the Star Spangled Banner. So you've got Mexican culture, Cuba, the Bahamas. So you're not just learning, don't think that this is just like a state and state things. When I think of a North American study, for some reason that's what I thought of, but when I saw this and I saw everything that we were getting to learn, and it wasn't just like a state and capital study, I was very excited about that. I like the way this vocabulary is a word search. My son loves those. Here's Jamaica. You learn about some animals. Honduras. And some more notebooking. There's Nicaragua. You're going to learn about poverty. There's just so many things that are covered. So many. I love the free writes. I love the copy work. I really love so much about it. So this, like I said, is upper elementary. And there is an appendix. I did not, I looked through it, and if it was something I didn't think we would use, I didn't print it, but I did print O Canada, because this goes with lesson 6, and I did print lesson 10, which is the Star Spangled Banner. So this is the upper elementary notebook. Now let me show you the teacher's guide. Now that's something I usually put on my iPad, but I decided I wanted to do something different this time, and as you can see, it printed the cover like this, and I was like, no, that cover's too pretty to be printed ugly, so I changed out my ink. So for the teacher's guide, I decided I wanted to put these planning pages in here, because that way as I'm going through and planning for the week, or if I look at it as a whole month, I can put things on here like video ideas or anything extra I want us to do. We're not very crafty. My son does not enjoy crafts and things like that, so I don't add that to it. But if there's a game to play, or a science experiment, or something that's not already mentioned in the teacher's guide itself, I can write it here, and I like that it's just at the front and I can find it quickly, and I like utilizing these pages. I didn't print all of the planning pages. There are a couple more, but I did print this one because I like the way I think this is the one I'll use the most, and I like the way it looks. So this is the teacher's guide. This is what you will read from. You'll gather your kids around. You will read the lesson. You will stop and show them videos, or you can stop and look at pictures. It'll guide you to do those things, or you can naturally do those things, whatever works for you. And then you hand out the workbooks and the kiddos' work. So I'm just going to flip through this so you can see what it looks like. This printed beautifully because this is when I changed my ink. So you do have extension activities. Those are great times to pause in that reading. I've heard a lot of people say their kiddos cannot sit through the whole teacher's guide. Well, stop and do those extension activities and get their minds doing something else, and then come back to reading. There's also activity breaks that you can stop and do. And then I like the hands-on activity because that's what my son loves. He lives for hands-on stuff. And then she has her references. Something I had not seen, because I had purchased the units before they had been edited, the ones that we've done this year. So I have not seen this day at a glance page. And oh my goodness, I was blown away when I looked at it. And I thought, this is really going to help parents. Now, I'm a teacher. I come from a teaching background, so it's kind of just natural for me to know how to use these pages. But I can see where a parent that has never homeschooled before or doesn't know how to use this curriculum might be confused with some of the pages. This day at a glance is wonderful. It's going to leave you with no questions. It tells you exactly what you are doing for each level. Extra pages, copy work. It tells you exactly. It even gives you some optional spelling words. I've heard parents say they just want some more spelling for their kiddos. There you go. It's laid out for you now, and you can have some extra spelling words. And it even does it by level if you want it. And then it even continues on the back with their grammar and their science and their art. So I totally appreciate this new look, and I'm super excited to be using it. So let's flip through this. As you can see, there's more activity breaks. There's another extension activity. If you are using this on your iPad or computer, you can click on that and it's going to take you straight to that website. You don't even have to do anything extra like make a Google Classroom or go ahead and have it pulled up. If you're using it straight from your iPad or computer, you can just click right there and it will take you right to it. That's the good thing about using it digitally. Another activity break and another hands-on. So we're just going to keep going. So here's Northern Canada. And again, it's, it pretty much looks the same throughout. Here's Western Canada. The prairies in Ontario. Eastern Canada. So I'll give you an example of their hands-on. This says Prince Edward Island is known for its potatoes. Make a picture book featuring all the different ways you can eat a potato, learn how to make homemade fries or chips, and make them for dinner along with fish sticks. How fun is that? My son loves to get in the kitchen, so he will love that. The Northern United States. It's just beautiful. It's a beautiful curriculum. I love how it features landmarks, so you can talk about landmarks. Tons of activities. So you're not just sitting and filling them full of information that's going to be information overload. You're stopping and looking at pictures, and you're stopping and doing those activities and finding things on the map. Here's one, I like this extension activity. New York City is known for its Broadway plays and musical productions. Find a local play that you can go watch, or watch a movie of a musical that's also been used as a Broadway play. So many good options. This would be great. It's where we're from, the South, if you can't tell by my accent. So tons of things to learn. So many fun things to do, and it's so much more than just a state, capital, state, bird kind of study. That's what I'm so excited about. I was so afraid it wasn't going to be that, and I was very surprised to see all the information that is featured. I mean, I do see flags and I do see the birds, but it's not just, hey, this is the state bird, hey, this is the flag. It's so much more, and that's what I'm so excited about. So we're just going to keep flipping through, and it's just continuous through the whole thing. And I don't know that I did not print anything from the appendix in the back. Sometimes there are maps, sometimes there are flashcards, sometimes there's a lot of things featured in the back sometimes, and I don't believe I saw anything in the back of North America, or even if there was something, it must not have been something that I needed. So this was my flip through of North America. I do have other flip throughs on my channel, so if you're interested in seeing oceans or Asia or space or North American birds or the Christmas unit, those are already on my channel, so you can definitely check those out. And as I purchase other units, I will try to put them on here. I know the next one up for me is going to be human body. I'm going to purchase it and print it out and get it ready for next year. So I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about Gather Round Homeschool, please leave them in the comments below. I will do my best to answer them. Thank you again for supporting my channel. Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you know anyone that is beginning to homeschool or has homeschooling questions or is looking for a curriculum change, please share my channel with them, because they may love Gather Round Homeschool as much as we do. Thank you so much for watching.